Thank you so much for watching Lesbian Reality Chatluck. Okay, I'm Sharp.
I think there is a lot of conversation that needs to be had when you're talking about gay politics or lesbian politics or however you want to identify it, and then being inclusive of feminism or womanism or however we want to identify. Do we need to be scared of the word? Should we embrace the word as women? And then also, for me as a person of color and as being a black woman and having to be, I personally identify as queer, how does that all fit into it? So there you go.
Yes.
A couple of thoughts. I understand that the origins of the feminist movement were exclusive of lesbians as well as women of color, and even sometimes as far as their status in society was. However, that, I think personally, that seems to have really changed with certain foundations really embracing it, and that had been a while ago. So I know that a lot of people, especially younger people, don't want to identify as feminists. And I talked to a couple women at another chat group, and they just thought it wasn't their generation, that it wasn't their thing, and that they wanted something to reflect how things are different now, and to them. They didn't come up with a name though, so I was wondering what is the definition of womanism by people who use it?
So academically, it's been known as being like pro-woman, anything in terms of embracing womanhood and uplifting of womanhood.
And that's different from feminism?
Feminism, as you were talking about before, like feminism has historically been just excluding, not just by race, but also by socioeconomics.
Right.
And then also thinking about the word feminist, for lack of better words, our brothers who may also want to identify as being a womanist as well, because I think that's where we start to say, well, you're not this, so we're going to be this,
Well, there are male feminists out there, so you're saying
right.
that
So it needs to be
males-
more inclusive.
And also,
is?
let's get Deborah into the conversation, and then next is Eleni.
So, yeah, progressive fights in politics have always been the people who could so easily leave their house and leave their job and go march for justice. People of color have been left out, women have been left out, poor people have been left out. That said, my issue with the word womanist is womanism is that it's only about women, whereas when I define feminism, it's about equal rights for women. Even though the movement sometimes excluded people, it really is something that everybody can be part of, promoting the same cause.
I don't want to be the spokesperson for people of color by any means.
You're not?
I know, right? Damn it. But I think the reality is like this is the skin that I live in, and I can't wake up. I can't be Rachel Dolezal or whatever her name is. I can't
Who's that?
That's the woman.
That's the woman who's
that's passing for black.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
No, I can't
know
be her,
exactly who you're talking
yeah,
about.
but I can't take this off. I can't, this is who I am, this is what I live in, this is how it is for me. Do I have family members who are about as light as Sharp, who are definitely black? Definitely, but they would never.
White.
So you mean that the current incarnation of feminism is still excluding these people? Oh, okay.
Well, in the academic sense, I think maybe in the overall sense, I think for people who aren't having these kind of conversations, probably aren't really thinking about it.
And let's get Eleni into the conversation.
Yeah, so there are a couple of things I want to address. First of all, I don't think there's one feminism, but I think there's multiple feminisms, and that lots and lots of communities, you'll find communities through history where women have organized and tried to make changes and enfranchise themselves or make their conditions better. I think that feminism's been maligned heavily, and some of the people that have maligned it are people on the right, and I think we have to be really careful about that. Even in the first wave of feminism, a lot of the women that were in the feminist movement were in the abolition movement.
Right.
So I think that often gets glossed or overlooked, or it's just not known. In the second wave, again, I think if you look at the people who gained recognition, like National Organization of Women, that were middle-class, feminist, college-educated, I think, yeah, they had their, they were liberal feminists. They really didn't look very much at class issues. They didn't look at race. They didn't look at other types of issues. But a lot of times people think that they're representative of all feminists of the second wave of feminism, and I think that's wrong.
Thank you for watching Lesbian Reality Chatluck.